And now let's catch up on the two teams for this afternoon. Northern Ireland basically with the side that beat Cyprus in a World Cup qualifying game last Tuesday, except that Pat Jennings' goal for Ian McFall and Pat Rice returns to right back. Terry Neal, their manager, says it's a transitional period for them and their side really has not too much experience at this level. So much then for Northern Ireland. We turn now to the England side, and of course, as you would expect, Sir Alf Ramsey has relied on a strong nucleus of the old guard. Two new caps, David Nish and John Richards, and Alan Ball, 28 today, back on his old stamping ground at Goodison Park. But for David Nish, it was an England call from a holiday in Mallorca with the Derby County players, a defender who really likes to come forward as well. The referee this afternoon at Goodison Park, Clive Thomas from Wales, just checking with the two Welsh linesmen that he's got here to support him. And it's Ireland then, getting this home international championship away, defending the goal to our left, green shirts with white shorts, David Clements now. Ireland, who caused such a shock by beating England at Wembley last year. Here's young Trevor Anderson, back for David Clements again, and high behind for the goal kick to England. Alan Ball's going to take it. It'll be a little curler. Chivers has made a run towards the near post. Got the head in well, and it's there from Martin Chivers. A beautifully taken free kick, though, by Alan Ball. And Chivers in at the near post, where it's always most dangerous. Jennings half seemed to have it, but it just crossed the line, and England go ahead with 9 minutes gone. Nish. Peters. And there's a good piece of running and a beautiful ball by Peters to Shannon. Still with Shannon, back for Peters. Hit again with the outside of the boot, and so it was swinging all the while. Richards playing mostly on the right-hand side of the pitch. Peters is there, but stopped in the Irish goal by his Spurs teammate Pat Jennings. Martin Peters. Anderson, oh, he got him beautifully there. That's a good-looking cross as well, and Morgan was just a foot or so away from getting a right boot in there that would have given Shilton very little chance, but a beautiful piece of play by Trevor Anderson. Showing really so much flair as he came across there, and very nearly a chance for Ireland. Chivers. Good ball there to Alan Ball. Oh, and a marvellous save by Jennings from Alan Ball. Chivers, a superb pass to Alan Ball, and he hit it beautifully on the run. No one could ask more, except that those massive hands of Jennings were there again. Jackson. Morgan. Hamilton. Good challenge there by Bobby Moore. Chivers, the game really beginning to wake up a little bit now. Anderson, who's shown some good touches. But that wasn't one from Jackson, and now England with ball to Shannon. Played off for David Nish. Richards hoping to get there. Morgan. Jackson to Clements, and now Anderson. McFarlane's header. Hamilton to Clements, and there's Anderson now in a bit of space for Northern Ireland, and hit beautifully there first time. Brian Hamilton now. O'Neill. Jackson. It's the drive there, and again Morgan was almost there, and he's given a penalty for an elbowing by Story on Morgan. Now we shall see it. It almost got there for Morgan for a clean shot in any case. Referee Clive Thomas said that Story unfairly impeded the Irishman, and here is a golden opportunity now with David Clements to score the equaliser for Northern Ireland. He's not quite happy with the way the ball is placed. The wind, in fact, fractionally moved it. It adds to the tension as the crowd whistle around Dave Clements. Clements v Shilton. And Ireland have equalised, 1-1. An unerring accuracy there from Dave Clements. Not the easiest of penalty shots, but he hit it straight into the corner, giving him no room for error, but there really was no error there, and it's 1-1. Well, that looked a very harsh penalty decision, but referee Clive Thomas was right there, and most certainly now that opens the game right up once more. 1-1. O'Neill. Well, it certainly was the encouragement that Ireland badly needed. And there's young Trevor Anderson again, and he's found Pat Rice. Inside David Nish, and O'Neill tried to nudge it back for an Irish compatriot coming in fast. And now England take it up with McFarlane. Bell. What a good ball. Ball. Now Clements. Free kick to Ireland. Shannon, as ball was flattened. Peters to Bell. Having trouble fighting off O'Neill, but does so. Bell. And Jennings was in trouble, and Rice had to hook it away. Pat Jennings really was in trouble with that cross shot from Colin Bell. He hit it low, along the ground, scudding all the way. In fact, Pat was a little slow to get down to it, and Rice had to come to his rescue. Story. Bell. Oh, what a strange ball from Bell, straight to Anderson. 1 against 1 for the moment, but England coming back in strength. Still with Anderson, and still with Anderson as he finds O'Neill. And he's against the crossbar. But in fact, it wouldn't have counted. There was an infringement, but beautiful skills. And O'Neill hitting it well. Shilton off his line against the top of the crossbar, but there was an infringement just inside that England penalty area. Nish. Peters to Shannon. He's gone past Hamilton. A dink, a little chip there, and Bell on the far side. Beautiful play by Shannon in the first place, and it was Chivers, in fact, who couldn't quite get the positive header to it, going past Hamilton. What a nice little chip there. Chivers couldn't make any impact, and Bell really quite lost his head, and a chance was gone. Chivers now for Nish. It'll still go to Richards on the far side. Oh, and he tried to turn it in for Bell, and he was a little too casual about it. Story. Craig. Clements. As the whistle goes for half-time, and it's got to be a disappointing first half for England with only 4 shots really on target. One of them was from Martin Chivers that put England ahead after 9 minutes. But then Ireland scored the equaliser from the penalty spot, the scorer Dave Clements. Disappointing so far for England, encouraging for Ireland. We'll bring you the second half in just a couple of minutes with the half-time score at Goodison Park. Northern Ireland 1, England 1. A warm round of applause as we welcome you back for Pat Jennings as he goes to the other end of the field, getting a warm reception from the Goodison Park crowd as Footballer of the Year, no doubt, as we now come into the second half. A very interesting situation at 1-1, and England now defending the goal to our left. And straight away a touch in this second half for Pat Jennings. Oh, good play there by by Richards, and it leaves it free for Bell. And a good save by Pat Jennings. And now Chivers coming in and Jennings again. Richards and Bell looked as though they could almost go through and pick their spot. Good play there by Richards, nodding it down. Bell taking it up. And one of the great saves again by Jennings, a goalkeeper so foot conscious. Clements. Good play there by Dave Clements. The left-footed shot. Neither the power nor really the direction. And England's goal kick. Always a left-footed player and a strong left-footed player, Dave Clements, but not really a shot there to worry Peter Shilton. Bell, Shannon, Jackson, O'Neill and Morgan. Good delicate play there by the Irish. Anderson going past Nish. Still Anderson, beautifully struck shot. Well, he's having quite an afternoon, Trevor Anderson. Look at those lovely skills. Really the legs of a Dugan and the football brain of a Best as he goes past that English defence in a tremendous shot, just a shade too high. But now it's with Chivers. Played nicely there by Chivers for John Richards. And now it's with Alan Ball. Bell trying a 1-2 back with Ball. Chivers! Oh, and a fine save by Jennings. But a real genuine build-up by England as well. And there haven't been many of those. Ball at the outset. A nice touch by Bell. A nice touch by Ball. And a shot on the volley by Chivers. Superbly pulled down by Jennings. Well, that might well give England a bit of encouragement. It's their best bit of build-up for quite some time. Nish running a little more aggressively now, this Irish defence with Shannon. Can he get behind Craig? He can beautifully. Ball couldn't quite get there. And in fact, he missed the opportunity that was presented for Chivers. There's Ball again, and that's just wide. Really in there where the fight was thickest, Alan Ball, determined to score on his birthday. Good play here by Shannon, got in nicely behind the full-back. A delicate little chip. And in fact, you'll see now, if Ball hadn't just got ahead to it, Chivers was beautifully placed behind him. As we come to the last quarter now, a little surprising that England haven't called at least on one substitute when they've got the likes of Summerby and Keegan there, who are both capable of coming along and attacking defences and maybe unsettling them. But there's a cross by Nish, and Shannon's in first, a free header, and a bad miss there by the England number 8. Took up a superb position. And he really got quite behind that Irish defence for what was a free header. But just look at that. And Shannon certainly wouldn't be happy with it. Or saying to Richards, please come a little closer and take the pass, and instead he gives it to Nish. There's Richards again, a gliding header, and it'll come through to Chivers. Is this it? It must be it for England. Chivers, 2-1. His second goal. And Ireland, having defended so bravely for so long, they lost the ball to Chivers, and Chivers kept his head superbly as Jennings came out spreading himself round his Tottenham teammate, and then the whole of the goal to aim at. So with 7 minutes to go, England have jerked themselves into scoring life, and Martin Chivers puts them 2-1 ahead. And that within about 5 minutes of some slow hand clapping and some great disappointment shown here by the Everton crowd at England's performance this afternoon, which has lacked so many things, but at the moment has the winning touch. It's Shannon now, challenging Neil, attacking him as England attackers should have done for much longer in this game, and winning a corner. Ball to take it. Only England's third corner. And Shannon with a header. Saved very well by Pat Jennings, and he made it look so easy. A good, accurate corner. In fact, jumping in ahead of that defender, which was bad defence. And look at Pat Jennings, all the time in the world. Played for Story. Bell. Gaining the players, lining up for the cross. Shannon towards the near post. Bell again with time to cross once more, this time to Martin Peters. A chance for Peters! Oh, and another superb save by Pat Jennings. It's a corner then for England. And Bell put it in. Chivers, in fact, or rather Peters took it so well, and look at that, another magnificent save by Jennings. And Bell finding Richards. He's got Shannon up with him as well, and Chivers away on the right. The three England strikers are all up. Here's Chivers. Played again towards Richards, and the Irish defence getting themselves in a bit of a muddle. Pat Rice very coolly getting him out of it, and so too was Craig. But now he only gives it to Chivers, and before Chivers can do anything with it, the game is over, and England have won. Both England goals from Martin Chivers. The second one close to the end when it looked as though Ireland might get a draw. The Irish goal, Dave Clements from the penalty spot, but really for 80% of the time, an abject and most disappointing performance by England that had the Goodison crowd for some time booing them, for some time slow hand clapping them.